Hi, my name is Nur Akila binti Fauzi and my matric number is A175090.
Hi, my name is Nuri Irdina binti Roslan and my matric number is A17522.
Construction is a risky business. Each construction project is unique and comes with its own set of challenges and opportunities. Identifying and managing construction project risks can be tricky, but not impossible with careful planning and execution. When risk turns into reality, it can disrupt and derail a project, which is why construction risk management is so important. In order to avoid disaster, you need to be able to properly assess, control, and monitor risks once they have been identified. Risks are not always negative. Being able to effectively identify and manage risks can lead to increased profits, establishing good relationships with clients that result in more projects, and being able to expand your business into new markets and sectors. Risk management in construction industry. Risk management in construction is designed to plan, monitor and control those measures needed to prevent exposure to risk. To do this, it is necessary to identify the hazard, assess the extent of the risk, provide measures to control the risk and manage any residual risks. Risk management in the construction industry is an important part of project planning and management. Various risks associated with construction projects, such as financial risks, environmental risks, socio-economic and construction-related risks, are studied and dealt with in risk management. The volatility and capriciousness of the environment in the construction industry were never hidden from anyone. It is easily influenced by external factors, technical, design, logistics, physical, operating, environmental, socio-political, force majeure, etc., which are capable of not only derailing projects but can also create an irreparable aberration. Risk management, therefore, becomes a pivotal instrument that helps us deal with the culling out of various risks, their analyses, and the remedial steps that could be taken to avert them in a particular.
Construction managers are in charge of overseeing and leading a range of building projects from beginning to end. They are responsible for setting and keeping schedules, monitoring finance, and ensuring that everyone is completing their jobs on a daily basis. Construction managers also help ensure that the workplace is free of safety hazards. A risk is anything that has the potential to impact the timeline, performance, or cost of your project. Therefore, the construction manager must know how to plan for and deal with risks of every kind.
Construction risks. The management of materials, people, and equipment is often related with construction hazards. Each construction project is unique, thus the project manager should concentrate on the construction risks that will have the most influence on the project's cost, schedule, quality, and safety. These are several examples on construction risks. The first one is labor availability and quality of labor pool. Significant delays may occur if the contractor is unable to access the proper lab to execute the project. Reward and cost overruns might occur as a result of quality issues caused by an inexperienced workforce. Differing site conditions. The conditions on the construction site are not always communicated in the plans and specifications. This discovery could result in significant cost and time increases. Site access, traffic, and parking issues. When trying to coordinate work on a project in a congested areas, the contractor may face significant delays and storage concerns.
Political, legal, and regulatory risks are often classified as third-party risks and are usually the ones that the contractor has the least amount of control over. Even if the builder is completely aware of the hazards, there is no way to accurately predict how different jurisdictions and authorities will react. Well, let's see the examples of the risks. Number 1. Changes in law. Changes in local, state, and federal laws can affect construction, such as minimum wage law or documentation of employees. The risk of changes in law refers to the risk of change that may affect the project outcome, impacting on the cost or current operating costs. Changes in sales tax or other tax structures. Cost-push inflation occurs when overall price increase due to increases in the cost of wages and raw materials. It can occur when higher costs of production decrease the aggregate supply in the economy. For the example, if companies use copper in the manufacturing process and the price of the metal suddenly rises, companies might pass those increase on their customers. Protester actions and disputes. Any project that might be related to a public concern can get tangled up in a political web. Projects such as prison, sewage plants, industrial facilities, and even school can be targets for protests. Lastly, harassment issues. Breaches by employees or subcontractors can affect company harassment or professional conduct policies. Community for adjoining business impacts. Thus, noise, mud, visibility, lights, working hours, and access issues can impact neighbors, the community, and adjoining businesses. For example, if the rerouting of traffic for your project impedes easy access to the parking lot of an adjacent business, you may be opening yourself up for a lawsuit.
Another risk that a construction manager should take a look at is financing risk. Financing risk must be considered from various perspectives. First, the risks that are associated with the contractor's own financial position. Second, to be aware of the financial strength of all subcontractors and suppliers, especially the one with the highest value or most critical work items. Third, to check the project owner's financial background. This is to ensure the funding of the project is secure. Lastly, to be fully aware of the economic environment at any given time. These are few examples on financing risk. The first one is economic climate. Economic downturns increase the risk of bankruptcy, client bid shopping, and the other negative impacts to a project. On the other hand, economic blooms cause price escalation. The second example is contractor cash flow. Limited lines of credit or the unavailability of credit can cause delays in material buyouts, subcontractor payments, and workflow. Next is interest rate increases. If the contractor or customer uses lines of credit to fund projects, any increase in interest rates will have a negative impact on the project. Another example is insufficient client funds. If a client is unable to make timely payments to the contractor, it will shut down the job. Subcontractor or supplier bankruptcy. Both large and small subcontractors can get into financial trouble. When this happens, every project the sub has a contract on will also be impacted. If the general contractor declares bankruptcy, he will have to hire a new subcontractor to finish the task, causing major delays, cost overrun, and headache for the project.
Environmental risks are similar to political, legal, and regulatory risks in that the contractor generally has limited control over how a particular agency or environmental authority might act as they review regulatory compliance requirements. The fact is, any of environmental risk could shut down your project in an instant. There are several examples of environmental issues. Number 1, environmental permits and approval. Environmental permit approvals are taking longer than expected or require more time to negotiate. This is due to the large amounts of data required for such projects. which must frequently be given to government agencies in the form of detailed permit application and environmental impact statements. Number 2. Hazardous materials or site contamination. Site contamination or hazardous materials discovered during construction can greatly increase construction costs by temporarily stopping construction during excavation and disposal activities. As a result, contamination and hazardous materials must be identified and avoided if possible. Next, archaeological findings or unknown burial sites. When construction crews start excavating for a highway or other structure, they can run across all kinds of things, such as unknown artifacts, unknown burial site, or cemetery. Those discoveries could sideline a project for a day or shut it down permanently. Endangered species. There are known or undiscovered endangered species sightings on the project, which will necessitate extra protection and care throughout the construction. And for the last example is wetlands, coastal protection, or floodplain issues. Wetlands, coastlines, and floodplains all require special protection and might have an impact on the entire construction approach.
So, from this video, we learned that all construction projects carry some level of risk. Risk management can mean different things on different types of projects. When risks become reality, they can be a threat to the successful completion of a project. The idea is that in construction management, everything you do is an attempt to identify and minimize risk. Hence, properly managed risk can lead to higher profits, stronger relationship with clients, and the ability to grow and expand your business.